Agreed. Mero.
So we live.
Should be good, guys. Let's see. I'll try to open the chat. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, I'm not really sure what happened there, but we should be good. Yeah, so I'm not sure where we left off, but Amin and I were just sort of talking about how that's just kind of how blitz works, right? Where there are a lot of up and down streaks, and like I had this match where I beat Wesley 9 times in a row, and the next day he beat me 9 times in a row. And even for top players, it's so streaky, and anything can happen in any individual match. And I think that's what a lot of people don't really understand, especially a lot of the salty top players who like to accuse everybody of cheating. That you can be a much weaker player, but in online blitz in any individual match, anything can happen.
That's very true. It has happened also to me. I've beaten many good players with a like crazy score, like 9-1, 8-1, something like that. Also, I had
Right.
days where I lost even to Dania, like at a 9-1, like crazy scores.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
it can happen. Like it depends on your mood, depends on many things.
Definitely.
So he goes Queen A5.
Yeah, Queen A5 and Hans played H3.
I'd like to say so probably he wants to go Queen A5 then is the point. And trade Queens
Oh
immediately.
wow, Queen E5. I didn't see that. That's very smart actually, because usually I don't know if you heard it, Brandon, but back then when I was a kid, it was a known thing that my coach was saying that all like Sicilian endgames are almost all of them are better for black.
Right. I heard this all the time growing up as well, yeah. Every
Yeah,
Sicilian you always want to trade Queens basically.
yeah, exactly. So now we
Because
have it.
yeah, this open Sicilian and white gives away a center pawn for black's C pawn, so white is kind of playing for quick development and very general, of course, and many exceptions, but in general, the endgame pawn structure favors black because you have an extra central pawn. So, and especially here, all black pieces are pretty active. Rook C8 can come, Knight C4 can come, and what's clear here is that the E pawn will never ever be a weakness, right? Black has to open F file. The king can come to F7 if you ever need to protect the E pawn, and all black pieces are perfectly.
I don't really understand why Hans is playing so quickly.
Yeah, I think so. What I think is Hans played a few quick moves and realized he wasn't getting much, and I think he decided to keep playing fast because he doesn't have a great position and try to just keep put some pressure on the clock. I think that was probably what happened, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but classical chess, it's not really the case. I mean, I'm not sure if knight e2 is a good move or a bad move. It could be a very good move also, but I don't get why he should spend like just around a minute. It's a very
No, I agree. Like, it seems like there's a lot to worry about. Let's say Knight C4 happens, like Knight D2 is a threat, and E4 is falling too. Like, it seems like there's like quite a bit to worry about here. So it's a little bit strange he played so fast.
So,
Maybe
like, for
Black
example,
throws
let's say Rook A8. What is Hans's plan? Does
right,
he want to
Rook
go Knight
C8.
D4?
Knight D4, let's say. Probably this is the point.
Knight D4 looks very natural. I mean, I
guess
think there
Black
are
could play.
3 moves like Rook F6, King F7, and Rook C4.
Right, King F7 feels most natural to me, just defending the pawn and then keeping some threats. But I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess still not too much is happening. It's not like Hans is lost or anything, but definitely more comfortable for Black to play.
For sure.
And Josh vibes, yeah, no, definitely. But this is definitely not how you want to start a match with the white pieces, though. Kind of being a tiny bit worse, trying to make a draw. I think Anisha's. I mean, this feels like a kind of typical position you would get from an English with white, right? And just kind of play a slight advantage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. But the one thing going for Hans is he's playing super fast, but we'll see if that ends up helping or hurting him in the end. But he's definitely excited coming off his big win yesterday too. He probably has energy going. It's kind of hard to sit there and be patient in the classical game, so it's understandable as well.
I think one question is that so what would be the ideal setup for white in this endgame. So, for example, the pawns like c2 and b2 pawns, does white want to push like, I don't know, b3, c4? Does he want to go c3? Does he want to touch these pawns eventually? So, what would be the white's ideal plan? Does white want to play f4 at some point or no? Or that just weakens, like, I don't know, e3 square, like ideas of knight c4, knight e3? Like, what would be the white's idea? What do you think?
Right. It's hard to say. I do think going b3 at some point is a smart idea. Just trying to cover all the squares. Maybe keep the rook on d2 to hold on. And yeah, like if you give Hans, 5 moves, you play b3, rook d2, maybe f4, put the king on e3, then he should be doing fine. But I think that it'll come down to the tempi, right? I think if Anish is able to immediately put some pressure of rook c8, rook c4, he can even consider g5 at some point, expanding on the king side. And I think if Anish is able to sort of use his activity within the next few moves, he should be able to play a long game and have a slight advantage and keep Hans sort of passive. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think if Hans can, get f4 and walk the king in at some point, he should be pretty happy. So
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I clicked something. Okay. Yeah, so rook c8, let's say. Knight d4, king f7 as we were looking at. So I guess Hans will play something like rook d1, right? Maybe rook fd1.
But why not something like f4?
F4, right? That is a question.
Yeah. But will you go knight c4 or knight c6? That's the question.
Yeah, so if knight c4, I guess white plays b3, which is apparently
Yeah.
bad. Bad because of why? I guess black has some knight d2 garbage. Some
Mm-hmm.
tricks. And if you defend the pawn, then e5 will come and c2 will fall. So f4, knight c4.
Yeah.
So apparently white is still okay here. Well, I guess black is not really attacking b2 because white can always play rook fb1 and take on b7. So maybe he has some kind of weird move like e5. Yeah, apparently this is okay.
E5. Wow. What happened? Knight b2. Just rook fb1.
Yeah, because I saw I'm kind of cheating here. I see the bar says white is okay still, so I was trying to come up with a move, but
Just
apparently
knight.
this is still messy. And knight c4, I guess you take on b7,
Yeah, I guess so.
and it gets really very messy. But okay, I think that's a little bit impractical to play at this. So probably he wouldn't go f4. Probably he would just play something normal like rook d1. Because yeah, after f4, I guess black can also go knight c6.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what's going on in this
Something
kind
like knight f3. I'm not sure what happens after knight f3.
Right. No, that is true. That is true.
And knight g5
Right.
ideas. You know, one thing that I would definitely consider as black instead of rook c8, which I'm not sure at all if it's a good move, is something like g5
G5, yeah, that was my thought as well. G5
to
makes a lot of
stop
sense.
f4 at all costs. I'm not sure if white would have f4 here. I don't know if that's that. I don't know if that's a
Yeah, it's hard to evaluate. It's hard to evaluate.
because, you know, again, after f4, g4, knight f4, later on you have this visu idea with rook a3, rook g3. Yeah, so I don't know. Probably f4 is a decent move, but the knight, but black has a great outpost on e5. If white goes f4, so yeah, a very interesting endgame, I would say.
Do you guys read the chat? Yes, of course, of course. Yeah, no, double G5 makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And
How about rook
if
a3 right away?
rook a3 here.
Probably
Oh,
black. White is not in time, or maybe it is. Or maybe white is in time. I don't know.
Niche does go rook c8 in the game though, so keeps
Okay.
it simple.
So far, Anish is playing great, honestly.
Yeah, no, very logical.
Very high class. Like, just amazing class by Anish so far.
For sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Hans does here. I mean, he can go knight d4. I'm trying to think. Probably he'll go knight d4, right? I don't see another move. Like,
You
I
played
don't
knight
see
e2
anything
last.
else.
Yeah.
Well, I do see like other moves such as like c3 or rook
But yeah, it
c1.
doesn't feel like something you really want to do. So. c3. What if black was knight c4? And with knight d2 coming?
Okay, so that's a blunder. Okay,
Well, I
I
mean,
see.
you see, the computer makes us feel stupid. Computer says everything is fine apparently, but I don't know. I don't really understand. So
Oh, okay. So apparently, but how is it okay
yeah,
for
that I'm
I don't get
unsure
it
about.
because rook a2, let's say, or rook fb1 will be met by knight d2,
Right.
and then knight rook e1, knight e4, and if knight d4,
Maybe
then f2 is also following. So
maybe
I
there's
don't
some,
really understand. Yeah,
yeah, maybe
c3
there's some
is
kind of weird counterplay, but yeah, it's no, not human to play like this. So knight d4 almost certainly will be played. Um, and then yeah, I guess Anish has a choice. So KS7 felt most natural to me, but as you pointed out, rook f6 is also a move. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Maybe rook c4 can also be considered too. Just sacking e6 and going rook f6 or something. Because you're going to win the pawn back on c2 or e4. So rook c4 also probably doesn't change too much. Rook c4, you can play rook d1
But
or
can I
something.
just play c3 here maybe, or rook d1 after rook
Yeah,
c4?
c3.
Well, I don't really like c3. Maybe some rook d1, maybe rook
Yeah.
e3.
It just feels like it's a little weakening. Rook d1 makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably similar. Maybe black has some idea of maybe playing knight c6 now.
Yeah.
Like
So
now
here
if
is the
f4.
problem because now if you play c3, then it's very difficult to kick the rook from c4. So b3 would not be, or it wouldn't be possible. And also, if you go b3 instead of c3, then black will play rook c3, and it's very difficult to touch the rook from c3. So it's a bit weird. It's not very easy to come up with the best defensive resource for white, but it's also not, uh, white. No, white is not risking much, anyways.
Yeah, maybe you just play something slow like rook d2, just try to hold
Maybe
on
rook
like
d2.
this.
Yeah, exactly. But then rook d2 now g5, I would say, is comes to mind.
Definitely makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, Anish's moves are pretty straightforward, right? You just kind of want to expand on both sides of the board and kind of just squeeze Hans in a long game. But I will say that is one thing Hans does not like doing is kind of defending passively. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's not like he has much of a choice either. So why is the place empty? That is a good question. Does she really not have any spectators? That's pretty sad. You know, I would if I lived there, I would definitely go stop by and visit. You guys should visit.
So Hans made his one.
So if it's c3, wow, really?
Wow, c3. Wow.
Yeah, so maybe he was afraid of someone to rook c4 or something, but it's very
This
strange.
is
Man, black can still go
really,
rook c4
really
if he
strange.
wanted to.
No. Rook knight c4. What was the thing?
Knight c4. Yeah, knight c4 really disgusting. Huh?
Wow. So what does he
So
have in mind? Did he
what is
just
his
blunder
idea?
it, or he? It's hard to imagine that he blundered it. He definitely has
Yeah,
something.
maybe he thinks after knight d2 there's some kind of counterplay, rook e1 and knight d4. So, but what is his move here then in that case, right? Um, huh. I really don't see it actually. Do you? No.
I mean, rook a2 made sense to me.
Rook a2, right? So let's say knight d2 then.
Yeah, a1.
Rook e1, we take.
Then
Knight d4, I guess. So we take.
then maybe I don't know, knight e6 or rook e6. Maybe rook e6 then.
Not that. Rook e6, yeah. But
That could be something, but it's super, super risky. It's
yeah, it feels really strange to just give away a pawn like this. I also don't really understand it. Like,
yeah,
let's say rook somewhere c7. Wait, that is bad
because of rook e2.
rook e2, yes. So let's say rook f7.
Yeah. How do you continue here as white? Can you try and trap the knight on f2? Something like rook e3 maybe? With the idea of knight f3. Yeah. Probably that's the case. But that's really crazy if he saw this, if that is what he has in mind. Because that's unnecessary, honestly. Like, why wouldn't you just go knight d4? I don't get it. Did Anish play knight c4 already, or
No, he's thinking right now. Knight c4. So I wonder if there's another move for white. I don't see it, right? Maybe he has to go for this.
what was the problem of rook a2?
No, there's no problem. It's just interesting that he was willing to give up a pawn so quickly.
No, something tells me that he just missed it.
Yeah, no, I
And
get the same feeling. How do you play
something
this?
tells me that he just missed it. I don't know. Something's off with Hans, in my opinion, today, because he's making quick decisions in pretty like difficult position. Did Anish play knight c4?
Yes, he played
Yeah,
knight c4.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think Hans feels like a blunder, and it's pretty lucky that he has this rook a2 and the rook e1 knight d4 resource.
Yeah,
But
this is
still
very,
looks
very strange.
really, really strange. It looks really
Oh, I
strange.
agree.
He made his move.
F3. Wow. Okay, but honestly, I think that means he missed knight c4. He was just thinking on Anish's time.
No,
Like,
I'm really not sure about this because
so why can't black take? So
rook
take rook
b1
b1,
and knight d3, I think,
knight d3, take,
and
and
then
then king
somehow
f7.
either king f7 or rook e8, and then you will have this knight c5.
Right.
Very weak pawn structure for white.
No, this is
Yeah,
definitely not.
not
This is
good.
definitely
It's
not
not good.
good.
Yeah,
very weird.
I'm pretty sure Anish will find it.
Yeah. Also, I mean, yeah. I'm wondering if you can play something sort of slow. Also, like rook c7 or something. But I guess now you can play rook a2 maybe and just great. Nothing much has happened. So yeah, no, he should probably go for this, taking on b2. Yeah, I'm curious what he missed. If he could just miss this knight c4, knight d2 altogether.
Yeah. But also maybe there was something that he didn't like about knight d4. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, maybe he was afraid of this rook c4 that we left at.
Yeah, maybe rook c4 was. But what if rook d1? Like,
Yeah, we left at this and then king f7.
perhaps he just didn't like this position.
Yeah. No, very possible. Very possible.
Yeah, he took on b2.
He took on b2, yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think he's just a little bit too excited, I think, from all these blitz matches. And also, he played a lot of blitz yesterday, if you think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
He played like a good 8 hours of blitz yesterday or something like that. So it's very hard to adjust.
Also, we should mention like really, really good technique from Anish. From the very beginning, this whole bishop e6 and then knight g4, queen a5, very, very impressive stuff.
Yeah, this is a very smart move because it's easy to just
extremely well.
easy for
I think
black
most
to kind of
people would have
castle.
just played castle. Yeah, exactly. And then maybe bishop d7. But the way he played it was really was great. Full credit to
Yeah,
him.
especially here, like we were talking about rook c8 or something, which is very logical, but he immediately took the chance to strike with knight g4. He recognized that his pieces can all kind of come to life. So yeah,
And
very good recognition.
Queen a5, queen e5 idea.
Right.
Great play by Anish.
Very good recognition by him to realize this is the time to strike. Yeah, because again, if we imagine like he played rook c8 or something, right? Okay, still black has a solid, like very comfortable position, but it's not like Hans is sort of falling apart, right? And after the way he played, like we reached his endgame within already like 4 or 5 moves less, he already has to be extremely careful, and already his structure is ruined. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's still probably holdable with the active rooks, but this is not looking pleasant for him.
Yeah, for sure. This looks really bad, honestly. This knight d4, knight c5, long term. I really, really don't like White's position.
So if you're Hans, what is the way you think to try to hold on? Maybe you can try to play for something like a5 and rook b6, and just kind of try to annoy black a little bit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. So knight c5, knight c5, rook b6.
Try to keep the rook here, and at least try to argue that black's knight is tied down, and it's hard to target a c3 weakness. At
I
least for
would
the
play
time being.
something like e5 maybe here.
E5, right? Makes a lot of sense.
But then rook b1. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe black wants to try to bring the king in somehow too. You can also start expanding with g5, h5 at some point. Not sure where, but worth considering as well. So I'm curious what black's plan should be here. I guess you could also consider something like rook c7 followed by rook a8, trying to free up the knight. And maybe you could think about rerouting the knight to like d7 and e5 and c4 to target the a pawn, something like this.
Yeah, that's a long journey for sure.
That is true. That is true.
It's it's a very, very dangerous position for White in my opinion, regardless of what engine says, because
Yeah, no, I
once
agree.
you get
The
your
evaluation of
White's position can just fall apart.
right. The evaluation of sort of 0.3 for black is very misleading, right? That might be because Hunt has one sort of active resource against black's plans to barely hold on. But
And long term, let's say you get this g5, h5, h4, let's say, or not necessarily like just g5 to just stop White from pushing f4. Long term, trust me, like these like pawn structures, these can be like really, really annoying long term for White.
definitely,
Not necessarily like
definitely,
this point, but yeah, long term, it's not looking very pleasant for White.
right. And if we can imagine White's king side majority is kind of frozen, right? In the long term, black can always make a pass pawn with d5 even at some point later in the game, and
Yeah,
e5. And if
exactly.
White's king side is completely frozen, there's not really much counterplay.
Yeah,
So
exactly, for sure.
yeah, but Anish is thinking here. I'm not really sure what he's thinking about, right? Knight d3, king f7 feels pretty obvious. Don't really see. I mean, it could go to c4, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, the c5 square seems much more natural to me. Um, although this maybe is worth considering as well.
King f7. Knight c4. Yeah, knight c4, I don't know. I don't really like it. I feel like it's a much better outpost than having the knight on c5, putting pressure on a4.
Definitely.
It doesn't really feel like knight is. Also, you remove the rook from the 7th rank. So the thing with knight on c5 is that, for example, when you take on b7, king f7, then whatever you play, a5 or whatever. And then after knight c5, if you go, for example, rook a7, your rook doesn't do much on
Exactly.
the 7th rank. So you can either, as black, consider something like rook b8 or even rook a8 to just trade the rooks, and there is there, there is no active rook for White. But instead, if you put the knight on c4, it's very hard to remove the rook from b7. So that is definitely a point.
Right.
I think that
Yeah.
therefore I think going knight e3, knight c5 would be much better for black rather than playing knight c4.
Yeah, and I think what makes this position difficult for Hans is that black has basically no targets. Like, there's no easy kind of plan for white. It feels like black is the one who has all the plans, g5, h5 at some point, improve the king, whereas white kind of needs to just sit around and wait for see what black does.
Yeah. I think for Hans it's quite important to find a way to trade the knights, which is
Yes.
really difficult.
As they say, all working games are drawn.
Yeah. But I have a feel like this game's gonna end in a draw.
Yeah.
Quickly, Anish is
No,
spending.
I agree. Like Anish did find some good ideas, but at the same time, it's not like white is lost here or anything, right? It's a little
Yeah.
uncomfortable, but no, I do think if Hans can find a few accurate moves, it should still be close to a draw.
But I wonder what would be the like so knight d3 rook b7. Is king f7 the best way to play?
Yeah, maybe there's something better. Yeah.
All bars is like there should be something here, like something slightly better than king f7. I think, but I can't find it. This is by far the most natural move. I mean, I think you definitely prefer king f7 over rook fe8. Because just doesn't make sense when you can bring your king closer.
I was thinking of something weird like rook b8 trying to go rook b2, but it's too much.
Yeah, but yeah.
Too much, yeah, it's hard to imagine another move. I don't know why maybe the bar is just a little glitchy and it's just not can't make up its mind. It's possible too.
So Anish
the
made
cadence
this
of Brandon's the cadence of Brandon's speech is similar to Han's. I think it's just that we're both American. I don't know.
So what did he do?
So he played knight c4. Wow, that is surprising.
That is surprising. I mean, knight c4 is also a good move. Like knight, it's a great outpost, but yeah.
But he's letting white keep the rook on the 7th. Is the draw. So I guess what he wants to argue is that he wants to play a5 at some point, keep knight on c4, and that eventually a4 could become a weakness for white. But
yeah, but the thing is that now it's very difficult to target white's pawns. So for example, I go some like, why did Hans play quickly again? What did he play?
He played rook b1.
Okay.
But he played it instantly again. Wow, really?
Yeah, instantly. Yeah.
I think he's playing with some psychology here. I think he feels like he feels confident. He thinks Anish might feel some pressure already from losing the blitz portion. I think he's just trying to sort of get in his head.
I understand that, but it's very, very unnecessary.
Yes,
like
and
the
especially
edge here doesn't really matter.
Right, and it's not even like he has an aggressive position where you can play fast and kind of scare him, right? He's just a tiny bit worse in that game trying to make a draw, and I don't really see. I feel like this is the kind of position where you really need to be accurate with white and not just play a random sloppy move.
Mm-hmm.
Must be
Also,
home press. Exactly.
Very, very natural. Like, what else would you consider if not?
Right. No, that is true. Rook b1 is very logical.
So I think black. What should black do actually? Because white wants to go rook a7, I believe.
Right. So maybe black should start with a5 here.
Yeah, but then it weakens b5 square.
That is
so
true.
Even let's say rook 1 to b5. It's just now what would you do as black? Like, what is even your idea? You cannot really move knight. Maybe some like rook c6, then rook a8, followed by. No, actually, rook c6 is a bad move because of knight d4.
Yeah, maybe start with
yeah, maybe e5 to begin with. But white also might have ideas of knight d1, knight d3 to take over.
Definitely. Yeah, so maybe a5 is a little bit too fast. Maybe. You played e5, okay. Yes. So now, yeah, probably rook a7. This idea.
So rook a7. So can I sack the pawn? Go, or it's just so much? Rook b8.
Rook b8.
Just take rook a6. Rook b2.
Rook b2.
I don't.
Maybe you just play king f2 or something. Right?
Yeah. Rook a2.
A2.
Yeah, but
it's hard to imagine.
Very hard to imagine that black can do anything. Like even something like rook a7 and just wait. I kind of also like h4 at some point, just not to allow g5. To make sure that black can push on the king side. Nah, it's just a draw. I think it's very hard to imagine that black has something here.
Definitely. So maybe if you're a niche, it's better just to sort of, I don't know, play kind of slow. Maybe he wants to play rook c6 here. But rook b7 is coming. Yeah, it's still not easy.
Yeah.
So what is his idea after rook a7?
Sorry?
So yeah, I'm just trying to understand what is the idea after rook a7.
Um,
I mean,
can I
maybe
just
as
go
some.
a5, let's say, and then after rook b7, just play rook e8?
Mhm. But how is black going to sort of untangle this? Let's say he plays your move h4 or something.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna end in a draw with rook b8, rook c7, rook c8.
I'm trying to think if black has some weird idea because if you take on a6, rook c7 does kind of trap the rook in a way. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking if he has some sort of weird idea. But I don't really see. I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't know what point two means on the bar, but I don't really see it. Hmm.
It's
But
really
also the
strange.
problem is that the problem is that white doesn't have to take right away, right? White's next move can be rook b7. So
So what if I go rook c6?
rook
Uh,
c6.
so that after rook b7, I go rook e8. Yeah, but knight a5 does nothing, right? Like you can just go rook d7, perhaps.
Right.
I don't see it. Can we go rook a8 after rook a7?
Okay. So the bar likes that one.
Yeah,
But why is
absolutely.
that? Why is that one so special? So let's say rook
It's not, I think.
b7.
But,
Give me 1 second. I need to plug in my computer. So rook b7, I guess black takes, and then what?
a5 maybe?
Yeah, and I guess now black is prepared to go rook b8. So.
But still, I can probably trade the pawns. Rook c7, what happens?
Rook c7,
Just
yeah.
a rook c7 here.
Six, rook a7.
You go probably stuff like knight b6. Oh, but maybe now rook a8. Oh, that's the plan. Is that a plan?
Ah, yes.
So, but take, and then knights, yeah, and then yeah, you lose the pawn.
And
Knight
white will
b3,
lose the
knight
c
a4,
pawn
and then
again.
knight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess here white can play something smarter, maybe. Well, okay, maybe you'll have to defend this kind of rook in game, right? Maybe you have to just play rook b7 or something, rook a7, and play this sort of position. Oops. And play this sort of position. But okay, I mean, black does have an extra pawn. I mean, it should be a draw, but at least it's something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and otherwise black is prepared to go rook b8 and start infiltrating. So maybe Hans actually does have to go for something like that. Although I guess you can try rook b7 maybe if he wants to keep rooks.
I was thinking about it. Rook b7 followed by rook b5, and just stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So probably rook c8.
Rook c8, let's say, yeah, rook
b5. Oh, king
f5
f3.
with it. Yeah, sorry, king f3. So how is black going to improve here is the question, right?
I would just go g5. I would just go
maybe
g5. Because rook c6, okay,
yeah.
now, oh, you want rook b6 maybe?
Or knight b6, I thought. But kind of play the same sort of endgame, right? Because I feel like if Anish wants to, he can force. So I guess rook b5 now, right? But then rook b6 maybe. So I guess black can probably kind of force this endgame regardless, right?
Yeah. How would you react to this? Maybe
Maybe rook a7 now, but
then rook b6, then rook c7.
b6.
It's all of a sudden it's very concrete.
Yeah. Knight b2, I guess, rook a7.
And then rook a7, yeah. But still, like knight a4, rook a5, knight c5, you go rook a2, and then it's not very, very pleasant to have that game, I think.
Definitely.
Now g5.
Yeah. No, probably at some point black will be able to win the c pawn, trade knights, and play this sort of endgame. But yeah, I mean, Hans is definitely a bit worse, but we'll see. So, what do you think of this kind of endgame? Let's say we reach this sort of position where, I don't know, like we play a random move, kind of, and then let's go back. Let's say rook c7 happens. Knight b6, rook a7. Or sorry, I said rook f7. Take rook a7. Let's say we reach this sort of endgame, right? What do you think of this sort of position? How are Black's winning chances here?
It's very difficult. So black eventually has to go for e6 d5. That's the only way to try.
Right.
But also, even getting there is very difficult. First of all, how do you get there? But also, whenever you go e6, I have like all this counterplay, like against the h pawn. It's very very difficult to imagine that it's because for example e6, I give a check. You go king f6, I go rook a6. Even if you protect the pawn, like something like rook d3, still d5 is impossible. So you go
Right.
back to e7, check again. So it's very difficult to manage this e6 d5. So I think it's just an easy draw for white.
Yeah. I mean, Black could try to start with gaining space with some g5, h5, but again, like you said, Black is going to run into the same problem, right? When he goes e6 ever, you start checking and attacking the pawn, and don't really see a way to break forward with d5. So
I actually don't see a way to play d5 for black. Because if you put the rook on c6, then I will go rook a5. So still d5 is not possible. So you go rook c5, I go rook a6, again d5 is not possible. You go back with the king e7, rook a7 check, again d5 is not possible.
maybe you have to play like
So
rook d7 and king e7 or something in d5 or something weird, but
yeah, but again, like
so passive, right? In that situation, you can take on d5 and the rook can swing over to g6 or h6 always.
yeah,
It's
for
hard to
sure.
imagine. It's hard to imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then I think Hans should be totally in fine shape then, because so was rook b4, okay. I don't know. It feels like that's really kind of the best Black can do, but we'll see. We'll see. Rook b4. So at least for now, there are still 2 rooks on the board. So I'm curious why the bar does not like this move rook b4. I mean, it seems
I
very
don't see the
natural.
point of this.
Yeah, I don't understand the point, but at the same time, what is Black's move, right? Because like you can always like I don't know, just sort of wait. But yeah, maybe just play some move like king e6, right? No, apparently not. But yeah, White's rooks are definitely awkward. Like Black could consider some knight a5 maybe.
But then
Because you
rook
can't go to
b6.
a7 because now Black has his forks or rook b6.
Yeah.
Maybe just play like rook a8 or something, and then the other rook can come to c8. And White's rooks are very, very awkwardly placed. I actually like this move for Black.
Yeah. That's actually very smart. I really like the idea. So you remove the rook from the 7th rank. Here it is, rook c8, rook c7. But eventually, maybe stuff like knight
Slowly kind
e4.
of improve. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. The more I look at it, rook b4 does not feel like the right way. Yeah, because rook a7 was so natural, right? I mean, just trying to double. Maybe Han saw this type of endgame and felt like he didn't want to have to defend that, but yeah, I don't know. The rook on b4 is definitely awkward. So then a5, rook a8. And yeah, rook c8, rook c7 is coming. I mean, he may have to bring the rook back to b1 at some point, honestly. Maybe here. I don't know. Just to kind of free up his rooks a bit.
So do you, as white, do you ever consider a move like f4 or?
Right, that is a good question. So let's say here, f4. Here, yeah. After rook
Probably
a8,
not.
f4.
So just ef4 takes rook c8, knight d2.
But although here maybe knight b5 could be a thing. Right? Well, I shouldn't take. Maybe you play like king e6 or something. Okay, apparently the bar doesn't like that either. But
So EF4 is not the move?
Apparently not. Maybe
What's
here
the-
black has rook f8, and if take we have knight c6. Maybe that's the point. Or knight c4.
Oh,
Or knight c4.
hmm.
But I'm curious in general, right? In some other position, if f4 is a smart idea, like. Yeah, maybe if black plays something random, maybe f4 is worth considering, right? Because if you get a knight to d5, then definitely it's makes a lot of sense. But I guess the issue is f4 black always has these sort of mini tactics, right? So yeah. Yeah, for rook c8 and take, I guess, knight c4.
But still, I believe in this endgame, if black needs to have a like brilliant technique to pose problems for white, it's still like very very difficult to imagine that white can lose this endgame.
What's funny is I think the computer is suggesting black should just take back on e5, play with these double
Oh,
pawns, and
wow,
just keep
that's
white's knight.
crazy.
That's a crazy idea.
That's actually crazy. Wow, it's really
And
nice.
just arguing the white's
Because the knight on
white's
e2
sort of
is like eliminated. Yeah,
dead, and white's
the
rooks
knight
are extremely
c4, knight
misplaced.
d6.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We imagine some position like this, but like if knight c4, knight d6 already is coming, and the e pawn is falling.
Yeah.
So wow, very creative idea. Okay, so here probably Hans will just play something normal, right? Like h4 or kf2 or something. And then black will go rook c8, I guess, and then kf2 or something. But yeah, black is definitely comfortable. Maybe black could consider walking the king over, right? King e6 maybe, or king e8, I'm not sure. So he's taking his time here.
There are many ways to play. It's very hard to decide.
Right. Yeah, it's very difficult because it all looks kind of similar until you start, and it's hard to even calculate, right? Like,
Usually in these positions, when you like don't see a direct way to play, you just push the pawn. Like you just try to improve your pawn structure. So I really won't be surprised to see g5 here. It's really natural way of playing in my eyes.
yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I'm
I
curious
actually
what
don't
Hans
see a
is
problem with g5. I actually don't know why bar doesn't
maybe
want
knight
to.
g3. Maybe knight g3.
Ah, knight g3, knight f5. Yeah, I completely missed the idea. Yeah. So then g5. Yeah. Concretely, it doesn't work.
White's knight looks like it's unemployed. Exactly. Exactly. So
But knight
that's
g3, do I have knight e3?
Maybe you just kind of throw it at black. Maybe you like, I don't know if you start with h4 and knight f5. So maybe start with h4 or something. No, it's garbage.
Wow. Takes.
I wanted to try some knight f5 or something, create some counterplay, but
Yeah.
maybe it's too much. Okay.
Something like rook b3 looks fine.
Just
Even
something simple.
I'm thinking about, I don't know, it looks a bit too crazy, but something like rook b6 maybe. So I have this double attack on d6 and a6.
Right. Yeah, I guess maybe black needs to improve his king position first. So maybe he can, I don't know, maybe king e6 is worth considering, but Oh, I see. So Han's idea with rook b4 is to go rook a7 and without black going rook a8, I think. Now I'm sorry, I just understand the idea now. And then he wants to double on the 7.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So I guess that was the point.
That was the point. Yeah, for sure. You don't go a5 as black, do you? What did you play?
He played that a5, what we were discussing.
Okay, the move that I liked. Yeah, this move I really like.
Yeah, so rook b6 first, and yeah, now rook a8, I guess. There's no other. Yeah, okay. So we get this position, yeah. I wonder if Hans will go f4 and sort of underestimate this d5.
The rook a8 with
Definitely.
Han. Yeah.
Yeah, rook a8 was played. I wonder if Hans will play f4 here. I'm curious because if he doesn't see this d5 idea, then it does make some sense.
I have a feeling like we're gonna see f4, and after f4 we're gonna see f4. It's really
Right.
insane.
No,
Spotting
I
this
think
d is crazy.
no, I think what will happen if f4 is Anish will go rook c8, f3, and then like knight c6 or knight c4. Let's say knight c4. Maybe something
Yeah.
like that. And then take with the knight.
What after rook b7?
Yeah, why is rook b7 a bad? So I guess white should sack somehow. Rook b7 is bad. I guess d again is just great for black. Because again, this knight d6 problem.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know why this is a bad move though. White is supposed to sack somehow. I guess you go ed or something. No, that is not it. What is the move for white here? What is actually the move?
6 check.
6? Really?
Yeah.
So now there's no DE, I guess.
Yeah, but I was just running out of options. So
Yes. Wild.
Hans
He
played.
played f4. He played f4.
Oh my god.
Called it. Crazy.
I know Hans. He just
I knew f4 was coming too. He's playing as if he's better as a thing. I think no, he's just playing for
no, I don't think he's
psychology.
playing as if he's better, but he just likes to solve his issues by calculation. Like
Yes, by force. No, this is what I was
by
saying before.
force.
Hans rook c8 comes instantly. Okay. But yeah,
Oh,
Hans does not like to sit around passively. That's very clear. Like he wants exactly like you said, he wants to solve his problems immediately.
yeah, that's the thing I said. Like Hans is playing way too quickly, and it's very unnecessary because I'm sure he has realized that his position is slightly worse.
Definitely.
But just why would you just blitz out the moves? Like if it was like rapid, very understandable blitz, of course, but classical, because these top players, like once they see the chance, they don't miss it, And
Eval bar in these games are crazy. If you try out any little quiet move, it's like -5 idiot, and you won't know why for 12 moves. Exactly. No, it looks super quiet and boring, but like there's so many like hidden little tactics that makes the engine say it's sort of dynamically equal, so we call it, right? And already after f4, which is pretty logical, black is apparently much better already. So endgames are not boring, that's for sure. Hans is a new Nepo. Yeah, well, I think Hans just has been playing too much blitz. I think it was hard for him to adjust. But okay, the game is not over or anything, right? There's no guarantees that Nish even understands to go DE5. So we'll see.
but once again, I think I'm really impressed by Anish's technique.
No, he's played a perfect game so far. Absolutely perfect game.
Really impressive technique by Anish so far.
Like yeah, like recognizing clear the moment is to strike with bishop e6, knight g4, taking time was very smart by him. And yeah, he got a comfortable endgame, and Hans getting a little bit impatient there. Yeah, I mean, in a real game, it's so hard to just go kf2 and h4 and kind of sit passively because you're giving black all the time in the world to just slowly improve his position, and it's very natural to want to strike. But
I'd be really impressed if it just captures on the e5.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
like the more I look at it, more I understand like why is it so bad for white. But like it's just very difficult to do it. How can it be that bad for white?
1.7 it says he took. Wow.
Wow.
And this is already -1.6. It's that bad. That's crazy. It's hard to believe it's that bad, but I guess you just don't have a move, right? Because knight c4 is coming. I guess white just literally has no move. Like,
I
knight
don't
c4
get
is
it.
coming,
What if I just go, let's say rook b1?
but I guess knight c4 is the problem. Rook. You don't really have a square. Rook b4, but a5.
Rook b7.
Rook b7, knight d6.
Oh yeah.
You're just running out of squares, and then e4 will fall. It's amazing how all the tactics work out for black perfectly. But it's all because white's rook is so awkward on b4, right? If white's rook was already on b1, then I think the value would be very,
But wait. So after rook b1, I see rook b4. If I rook b5,
But not a3, I think.
Rook f1.
Ah, rook f1. Okay. It's rook b5. Clever. So I guess black goes knight. You have knight d2 if you need. But I'm curious if you can also just play some sort of quiet move, like. But yeah, it's hard to understand why. It's maybe king e6 or something. Just kind of improve the position and set up some knight d2 or knight d6 next move. Because the white still doesn't really have a productive move here, right? And maybe black's next move is simply like, okay, if you're in knight d2, but if you play rook d1 maybe, I guess you can play like rook a6 or something maybe? Just play knight d6? No, apparently that's not right. I guess knight d6, rook b6, and you can go back with the king somewhere.
It's just that the knight on e2 is so misplaced and
Just so bad, exactly.
Like I'm even considering something like king h1, knight g1, knight f3.
Okay.
That would be,
No,
I think,
exactly.
yeah.
No, exactly. If white's knight was on f3 here, Han would have no problems at all. But it just black's pieces are perfectly positioned for all the many little tactics to work out. Like the e pawn and c pawn are just dropping off. No, it's great understanding by Anish took on e5 in 30 seconds. Amazing understanding.
Like Anish spent so much time to really fully understand what's happening.
But I think, but definitely it was worth it, right? If you get a good endgame, you don't need that much time on your clock with 30 increments.
Yeah, so. It showed a fantastic understanding.
So I'm curious, if you're Hans, what do you try here? But why is it 1 point? It's really that bad, huh? I mean, rook b1, like you said, feels very natural. But yeah, I guess
it's just the rooks are extremely clumsy. Also, I don't know. Maybe it's stupid, but I'm really considering moves such as knight king h2. Maybe not here because by forced it might be it may not work.
Right, but let's imagine it's white's move, right? Knight g1 is already his idea, and you can even just sack on c3 and go f3. Very logical. Just because right now knight e2 is completely dead. So yeah, I've been traveling and playing nonstop for a very long time. So definitely, probably sleep deprived. Yeah, exactly. Imagine winning an intense blitz bullet match literally 8 hours ago, and then has to go somehow rest, prepare, and play classical games. Very hard. Please rook b1, okay? Yes, I guess black just continues with the plan, right? Knight c4. I don't see why not. Curious if it would help to throw in a check on f1, but probably not. Just play king 8 or something.
Now just rook actually were b4. And knight d6.
Maybe black can, yeah.
Knight d6. So now you want a5. Knight g3 is not working because of rook c3.
Nah, he'll have to suffer here. You can't really go a5 also. I mean, you can, but rook c5 will come. The a pawn will be super loose. You can play like this if you really want, but yeah, definitely not all at once. Yeah, knight c4 was played. And rook b4. Hans is still playing instantly, which is very strange. Playing way too fast. Yes, I wonder if you go a5 or you can. You can also just play knight d6 immediately too.
You can also just bring the king.
Right, king e6 maybe.
There are many different ways to play. So that you guard e5, and later on you might have moves like a5 knight d6, um,
I'll
or
look at smoked in classical if he continues to play with this. Yeah, yeah, no. Hans definitely needs to adjust to classical chess again. I mean, hopefully for him, he'll save this game, and then it'll be enough of a wake up call to play better after. But I totally agree with you. He needs to step up his game in classical. How long is the break between games today? I'm not actually sure. It's a good question. Giri will get moked. Exactly, exactly. But okay, at least the good thing for Hans, the one thing going his way is that Black does have a lot of options here. So maybe he'll spend too much time considering them all. I don't know. They all kind of look similar to me. What do you think? Knight d6, king e6, a5.
there are other moves too. You can also bring the rook.
Right. True, rook somewhere. c5 maybe.
Yeah,
Black has so
which
many
is weird.
options
Like
here.
if you see something direct, um, which is hard to find for me. Maybe you start with a5 and then, um, yeah, then you don't probably. So what's the move? I'm confused. What's the
Well,
move
I
that?
think no, I think that like the evaluation is just higher because it's on a better engine, higher depth. And once you make a move, it like the engine resets to low depth. So I don't think we
Maybe.
played a wrong move. It's just yeah. But yeah, I like your move king e6. I think that makes it's very logical. Just keeping all of your options open. Because now a5 is a pretty serious threat. Yeah, he plays king e6. Yeah.
Okay, apparently this is the move.
So how does white actually stop a5?
You don't.
You don't, yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a tough time to find just a single a good move for white. Because next, I think you want a5, and then you want knight d6, and then rook will come to c4. Once you grab a4, is GG's. You don't have square for your knight.
Can't really lose the a pawn, but it's hard to suggest a move.
Do you think this position is objectively winning for black with like perfect play from both sides?
Honestly, probably at this point. Um, but it's not going to be that easy for H to win, right? Like let's say imagine he wins the e pawn and even the c pawn, right? And the knights get traded. Like there is always going to be some sort of tricks when white's rooks could become active. It's not like I don't know. It's not resignable, but
No, surely
it's
not
just so
designable. But like,
it's
how
just
do you
really
even
hard to
proceed as white
suggest.
here?
Yeah, exactly. It's just so hard to find even a move for white. Like we have to just play some random move like rook b7. But like you said, like maybe knight d6 and rook c4.
Well, I think even a5.
Yeah, you can start with a5 too. Just kind of pass the move to white. And just go after the a pawn.
And then knight
Maybe
d6. I just don't see a way to play to just to
right,
fight
and
it.
all of black's pieces just sort of protect each other, right? So it's just so hard for white to make any move. I mean, maybe he could play like rook a1, but it's very sad.
Yeah, I considered it. It's But still, I didn't see the
Yeah, it doesn't help much. Still
play.
A5.
Can he played
It
again?
was KH2. Yeah, just plays a random move. Okay.
Yeah, again, yeah, I think it's his position is falling apart. Yeah, I think A5.
A5, right?
Um, doesn't matter where you go. Rook B3,
Anyway,
B doesn't matter. The knight D6,
96.
and
Maybe you want
then
to go like knight G3 or something, but
Rook C4.
rook C4, yeah.
Game over. I have a feeling like he wants to sack some pawn. Like for example, can you find a way just to maybe sack the pawn on, I don't know, A4 E4, but just to get this knight G1 knight F3, because that is the only reason of playing King H2.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
here, knight G1 or something.
yeah, and then knight F3. Yeah,
Takes
that
that.
that would make sense
Yeah,
to
definitely.
to activate your pieces.
Right, because if you sit around, you're just gonna lose everything. You need to get active somehow. But yeah, I guess black shouldn't take right away then maybe. I guess you start with rook C4.
No, but the thing is that if I start with knight D6 instead of A5, um, then probably C3 is hanging after knight G1.
Ah, that is true. Now
Um,
knight G1.
however, maybe you should anyway just go for it.
Yeah, maybe wait your sack anyway. Just gonna F3. Try to hold on.
Yeah, but still, like there is, it's very difficult to find a way to attack the e pawn. So something even like H6,
Right.
just to stop knight G5. Um, yeah, exactly. Is just great for black and white. Like I don't see it. So next move you move the rook C8 or rook A3, rook E3, whatever. You can for example attack the E4 pawn by rook E3, but it's difficult to attack the E5 pawn. Um, yeah, it's a very very sad position for black. For white.
Definitely. And it already gives 2.6 for black. Wow. Yeah, maybe you're yeah maybe it's starting 96 is the smartest way. Um, because yeah, like you said, if not knight G1, then what is white actually doing? I guess you could maybe go like rook B3 like this, but yeah, now A5 and rook C4 again. White's in huge trouble.
And
So he
yeah,
goes
exactly.
A5.
Yeah, if I was a very good move also. It's hard to imagine that it's bad. So doesn't really
Yeah.
matter with B5 or B3, I think. Ah, yeah, sorry, rook B3, knight D6, and knight G1. That was the plan.
Yes.
Can black go knight rook C4?
Rook C4, right? This is what I was thinking. So let's say knight F. So knight F3, you take the A pawn, I guess.
Yeah, I just want to take it.
Can I be greedy and try to go knight G5?
Yeah, sure, knight rook king D7
B7.
takes, and then probably no,
Knight.
no, not necessarily, not necessarily. I thought you don't even have to take the e pawn. I think you can just move the rook.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
like,
Rook.
but I don't know what exactly. So rook C4, maybe knight G5, A4, rook A3. Now what? Now probably rook C5. So that next move you're gonna play knight C4. But rook B4, yeah,
Right.
you have to go back to C4. Mm, it's not completely over.
Very messy still. Yeah. Maybe black can also play simple, right? Like you said, H6.
Yeah.
Head to the bathroom really quick. We'll be right back.
Okay. A very sad position for Hans, for sure. Oh, very surprising that he took so much. Like he played very, very quickly, very fast. Um, I think it just comes from um, tiredness, honestly, but also great, great technique from Anish. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the. Ah, okay. So rook. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised he played rook b7. Because after knight d6, he no longer has this quick idea with knight g1, knight f3. The rook on rook b3 was saving a tempo for the knight to go to g1 and f3. But now after rook b7, it's a knight d6. Um, I don't have access to the board. But knight d6, and then after rook b6, rook c4. I think it's just winning. I don't see. Um, I don't see any resources white. I'm actually surprised it's just 1.5. I really don't see anything. Knight d6, rook b6, rook c4. The a pawn is falling. The e pawn is falling. Um, I just don't understand why it's not -3. Let's say.
All
I
right.
actually, yeah, I was so surprised that like I had a hard time to understand why after rook b7, knight d6, like it's not just completely winning. But then I cheated. I looked at the
Yes.
engine, and I see that white has rook 1 to b6, which I originally missed.
Oh.
So not that it's great for white, for yeah, but the idea is that now after rook c4, white wants to go knight g1. I think
Knight G1. And you have a lot of counterplay. Huh?
now you have some counterplay. So I think so. For example, let's say rook a4. Let's say if we do the same. I think I see the idea. If you go h6, now knight takes c5,
Ah. And then you have
and then
rook
rook
D7.
d7. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's see. Let's see if Anish falls for this.
Yeah,
Very,
it's
it's
very easy to
very
walk into.
rook d7, rook b7. Wow, that's why probably you had to start with knight d6. This rook b7 is a nice resource.
Followed by Peter still says that it's black is very comfortable here, but I wonder what the move is then. Maybe you just play something slow. Maybe you go like rook a6. Hard to say.
So rook a6, I go probably. So I'm trying to think like so after let's say knight g1, you go knight d6, I go rook b6.
Right.
So this is it terrible for me or that's the way to play? So let's say rook b6, rook b6. Uh, do I take on c3 or do I go rook c4? Because if I go rook c4, let's say knight f3, rook a4, rook a6, how do you improve?
Yeah, that is a good point because if you move your rook away from the fourth rank, like well,
Exactly. I've got c4. If not, you cannot really move your king because e5 is hanging. Rook c4, rook a5. Maybe some like h6 now.
well, I can also sort of wait, right? Maybe h4 or something. Or I don't know what the move is.
Apparently not, but I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe it just weakens too much. Maybe there's some like I don't know, rook e4, knight f5 or something. But... Yeah, but definitely white is better
Wow,
position.
now after rook b7, it's very interesting to see. Like, wow,
So
rook
probably
b7 is
black has a better.
definitely what Anish has missed, and very missable. I don't know if you say it like this. It's very possible
No.
to miss it because then rook 1 to b6, followed by knight g1, knight f3 solves all the issues. King h2, yeah, I told you, like this idea had to be played. Like this knight on e2
Yeah.
is so dead. You need to move the king, go knight g1, knight f3, and yeah, great find by Hans. Now I'm quite optimistic of of his chances.
No, no,
Um,
no, definitely. It's yeah, like you said, it's very missable, right? Like knight d6 is like also very logical and probably will prevent this, right? And I think
yeah.
like we get some similar to what we looked at knight g1 now, a5 rook c4. But yeah, the difference is now is that white is preparing the other rook
Yes,
out.
now you have
And
great counterattack, counterplay. You have active rooks at least, and yeah, let's see.
yeah, so I'm curious, what
Let's.
is the move for black
What
then?
are we
Rook a6.
missing? Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. So maybe black has a clever way of preparing this. Maybe you go. Hmm. It's hard to suggest what to do. Because white's basically white's next move is knight g1 against anything. I mean, you can go rook c6 maybe, but I guess it's probably semi after knight g1. Again, knight d6, I guess rook b6.
Yeah.
And it's probably similar to what we looked at, yeah?
Yeah. So therefore I think rook a6 is better, so that at least you'd have the rook on the c file. Um, so if you go, let's say, rook a6, in the same scenario, you would take and you go something like rook c4. But now if you take, your rook is on a8, so you have to lose the
I'm
tempo.
just
You go rook
curious
c8.
though. I'm, I'm just curious. Like in this kind of, I wonder if black can take king d7 and then trade the rooks. I guess not. Taking that
Well,
f3 and
that's
white is
actually very interesting. But white is probably in time to take the c pawn. Oh, after rook c knight f3 right away.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Very nice, very nice.
that's the case. But why was not rook c8 working?
Apparently this is bad though.
You just
Take
knight
and then
f3, knight c5, just
yes, just
95.
knight c5, yeah? And you take all the
No, but
pawns, yeah?
no, but 95, how do you play? I
Take?
just knight f4, knight c3, knight 94.
Yeah.
Is that winning though?
Hard to say, but at least black has a pass pawn.
Nah, for
I don't
sure.
know.
But I wonder, like, objectively,
Yeah,
if it's
I'm curious. I'm curious. Yes, I'm not sure. But apparently here black has a good move. Yeah, here just go knight d6, I guess, yeah? And then take the pawn. Now white's knight is still stuck. So here I guess white should go rook b6. Um, after knight c5, I guess you go knight f3 or something, and create counterplay this way.
yeah, maybe.
But this rook c6 is very interesting, I think. I think at least you're giving white some difficult decisions, right? Like, so let's see here. Rook
What do you
c6,
think
knight.
is going through Anish's mind right now? Because
Yeah,
it's
no, I
nothing.
think.
So listen. So when I make a mistake, I
Yeah.
usually understand that I made a mistake. And chess players are usually they want the game to be perfect. So at some point when they realize that they made a mistake, they gave their opponent some chances. It can get to their head, and they start to. So what do you think is happening? What do you think is going through Anish's mind right now?
No, 100%. He definitely misses rook b7, rook b6. I think he's definitely upset because he played such a nice game before this. But so I think he'll probably take a few minutes to sort of recollect himself and get his composure back and realize that he still has a good position. Because like it's clear black still has great chances here, even though he misses rook b6 detail. Like it's not like he's spoiled his advantage completely. So I think he just needs to spend a few minutes to get his composure back and just continue to calculate as accurately as he can. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like if I was in this situation, I would also be pretty upset with myself, and I don't know if I'd
Mhm,
find the right
mhm.
way. Yeah.
Definitely, because I'm
Yes.
sure Anish spotted, like, he realized that a was inaccurate, and he had to probably play something like knight d6 so that white wouldn't be so active like now. I'm sure Anish realized this, and it's very difficult now to bounce back, honestly, because he was just
Yeah,
so
it's
good
also
at the game,
frustrating when you yeah.
and
Sorry, go
also
ahead.
just winning this, like, especially in this format, to win with black pieces, it's huge. So. You know, definitely. Now I don't know what to predict, honestly. What do you think? So if you had to predict, what would be your prediction?
Yeah. I just want just to add, like, it's even more frustrating when you feel like you played such a perfect game up to the point, and then you finally miss some detail, and you feel like you just I don't know, you built up your position for hours just to sort of
Mhm.
miss some detail. It's very frustrating. But yeah,
Yeah.
now, I mean, I think we'll know. So he does play this rook c6.
Mm.
Very nice. So I don't know. I still think it'll be tough for Hans, but I don't know. Maybe it'll at least give him some confidence. That he's creating some counterplay, and Anish has to calculate some things pretty accurately now. But he does keep his composure when he plays this rook c6. So definitely a good recognition by him. But I'm curious. Yeah, I think the next few moves will be very telling of how the game will go. Um, but I do think Anish will be able to convert this. I think like he's been calculating very accurately. I mean, even here when he misses rook b6, he still kind of got himself together and found the best move. So
Mhm.
I think he'll be able to convert. But okay, I'm curious what actually happens though. Let's say knight g1, right? And so yeah, he plays it
Yeah. Wow, he blitzed out again.
again. Yeah, of course. um. So yeah, probably he'll go to this position after knight d6, rook b6, like we were saying, and rook b6, knight c5, knight f3. And what is actually happening here?
So
So I guess
I
we take
think
the
we just take on a4.
take the pawn.
Take on e5.
You can also consider starting with king c7, but take king c7.
Oh wow, maybe king c7. Yeah, I think king c7 is a lot smarter because
Now there's some
no,
maybe
I'm not
some
sure
counter.
though because yeah, king c7 for sure. You have to start with king c7
Right.
for sure.
Kick the rook away.
Yeah,
So let's say
definitely.
rook e5.
So now knight a4.
Rook e5, let's say. And
Um,
then maybe you
let's
can play maybe king d7 you can consider. I'm not sure. Yes, this happens in the game. Oh, so Hans plays this rook. He moves it and then rook c8. Uh-huh.
what? But why?
Yeah, it feels strange to move that rook, right? Why is he not keeping the active rook on b7? Because here, even if black were to take on c3 or something, or rook c4, like, why is he moving the rook away from the
That's
7?
very surprising to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was afraid of this kind of position that we looked at. It's possible.
Mhm.
I guess he was afraid of something like this in the a-pawn running, but I don't know. It's just not really clicking for Hans today. Like, it feels like his ideas are just not coming together. I don't know.
And what did he play after rook c8? Knight f3. Very quickly. I mean, he's definitely putting pressure on the clock. That's for
That
sure.
is true.
And there
That is
is no
true.
additional 30 minutes after move 40. So, but still, I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
man.
guess maybe Anish can play simple now. Maybe something like h6. I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, but at least Black needs to make some decisions now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you don't really want to take on e4 probably because of rook
No, I think
b5.
it's bad due to
So
rook b5.
maybe rook. Hmm. What do you think the move for Black? I mean, again, that's the good thing about Hans' position, right? His moves are pretty straightforward, and Anish has to keep finding the way to keep pressing.
So what do you play with black? It's not.
Yeah, there's so many options on h6, and then you can also just go rook c4 and sack the
Yeah,
h-pawn.
rook c4 is very tempting to me.
Yeah.
Rook
Oh, but
c4.
he's still rook b5. There's still this rook
Oh,
b5.
rook b5. Rook b5 is a trick. Okay, I see. Maybe we just have to capture and yeah, but then yeah. No. I mean on b6. We just trade rooks and rook c4. Well, apparently it's not very simple.
But now you have this
It's
c4 stuff again.
yeah.
did I actually remove that? I guess you have to play something slow. And maybe it is some HX or something.
Yeah, h6 is probably the move. I can't think of anything else.
But it's definitely a weird kind of position, right? Like black is, according to the computer, close to winning, but against all the logical moves, white has some kind of weird counterplay. So no, Hans is actually doing it. The more I look at the position, the more I like his rook 7 basically. It looked weird to me at first, but okay, I understand the idea now.
But how do you play after h6?
What if I just wait, maybe king g1 or something?
That's strange. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'm just curious. Like, how is black gonna break through? Because he's always kind of weird counterplay.
Now maybe rook b6 and then rook c4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the difference is now there's no knight g5 trick, so the pawn will be
Yeah.
e2. So rook a6, you take. Yeah, maybe you would still kind of just keep waiting, right? Maybe king h2 back, I don't know. Just kind of keep waiting.
Yeah, very, very strange. Maybe I can try and go something like king f6, followed by... It's very strange though. Followed by some g5, h5, g4.
Yeah, just play slow. Maybe I go h4 myself.
But g5 doesn't stop anything.
Apparently not g5.
I don't think that's the idea though, but...
Weird position, man. Maybe you can go knight d2 or something. Just keep waiting. And he's just taking his time.
Yeah.
He's getting short on the clock. I don't know. Maybe it's a better way of playing. Maybe I'm curious. Let's say h6 king g1. Maybe now.
But do you see like any chance of Hans playing king g1? I just don't see it happening.
Yeah,
Hans
I know what
playing
you mean. But it's hard to suggest something better for white, right? Like, what do you actually do here?
So why can't I just take on b6 and take on c3 and after rook a6, rook c5 and then find a way to, improve my position?
Here? Yeah, yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I guess I try knight d2 here. The knight b3 come.
Yeah. Now perhaps, yeah.
Maybe black can go rook c4 here also, though. I'm not sure. But I guess you have this rook b5 again. Okay, just go h6, yeah. Wait, sorry. No. Oh, knight h4. So h6, knight h4 happened.
Oh, it happened already.
Yeah, it's knight h4. I was looking at this too.
Again, yeah. It's really, really bad. I just don't understand why he does it.
Yeah, no, you were right. I think Hans, just the whole game, just seems like he never wants to sit passively. Like he just, even when he has to, he's just always trying to create some counter.
Yeah, like that's what I told you. Like king g1 probably is a great move, but I just don't see Hans playing that move because
yeah.
Throughout the whole game, he was just trying to solve his issues by calculating, by forcing stuff.
So how should black play this then? I guess he can play
g5,
b5, right?
Surely g5.
Does he really want to go knight f5? It's hard to believe.
No, I just don't see it. No, knight f5 is too much. But also
But
knight
it's really
f3
just
is very weird.
yeah, exactly. And then why did he go knight h4? But he is thinking a long time though, so maybe he wants. Yeah, let's go g5. Okay.
So the difference is that usually Anish plays in all these like top tournaments, and almost in all of those tournaments after move 40 you get like an additional 30 minutes. Now it's move
Right.
36. It would have been a uh, like if it was some like round robin close tournament, I would have said like Anish would definitely win because he'll get an additional like um, 30 minutes and he will convert it. But now it's not very clear to me, just because of the time.
Sure. Yeah, and
I'm
also the
actually
other thing to think
curious. I really don't see Hans playing out of five. That would be crazy to me if he maybe it holds for a while. Maybe it holds,
yeah.
but that would be insane to me if he decided to
Yeah.
go for it.
No, I totally agree with you. It's just because after knight f3, it's not like yeah. Anish still needs to make some decisions. So
But also
and
after knight g5 knight f3, like did it benefit white just provoking g5?
yeah, I
Where
don't
is the
really see
benefit?
how it would
I
benefit.
just don't see it.
Yeah. No, I think he probably
However,
figured
Anthony
again.
is not really hating it like that much. Um,
Yeah, because probably white has to wait. It's all kind of similar, but
yeah,
I think Han just wanted to provoke Anish to maybe calculate like worry on knight f5 or something maybe, and make him waste some time. And then I figured he'll decide when it's his time. So yeah,
so
another thing to consider is that like they play
did
like a
Hans
really long. Sorry, yeah.
did Hans make his move?
Oh yeah, sorry, he did play knight f5.
Oh my god, he went knight f5.
He did go knight f5. Wow. And Anish took on e4. Didn't trade knights. I guess he was afraid of some kind of counterplay. Rook b7. Maybe? I don't know.
It looks bizarre to me. I
Yeah,
just
like,
I can never consider that. It's extremely risky. It can just be just completely losing. Because usually also when you have these double passed pawns, so the benefit for black is that so usually for example in rooking games, let's say there is no e7 pawn. Let's say you trade like a pawns, there is no pawn on e7. Usually the way to defend is to go rook b8, rook e8, and give checks from behind. But now that black has this double pawns, that option is not there anymore. So because just therefore it's like super risky to enter this endgame. I
yeah.
won't be
No,
surprised
I
if
know the computer says it's still holdable, but it must be
I'm
by
not
some
sure. Maybe
miracle.
high depth is winning. I'm not. I'm really.
Yeah, yeah. It must be by some miracle. But also, taking f5 would put the pressure back on Hans too to come up with the defense. Now all of black's moves are super easy. You kind of just push the pawns on the board.
Mhm.
So, but he goes for knight takes e4. I think this is even better, which is interesting. So you take on h6, I guess, and then he wants to take on c3. So what is actually happening here?
Looks winning to me for black.
So if you take,
Yeah. What's
no,
happening?
you just lose the pawn. Yeah, you just lose the pawn, right? So what is, how can white fight then?
What is? Yeah. What is his plan? I can't see it. Because otherwise you're taking an a4. What is the move? Rook b3, knight a4.
Struggling to understand. But then what is the move here?
How do you survive here? What are we missing? I don't get it. Oh, maybe rook c6 takes rook a3, rook c4, and then knight g. No, but that's knight g4. Is that the way?
Apparently.
That's crazy. Because e4 you have knight e3, knight c2,
You start attacking the rook, yeah. Wow.
and then what was wow? That's a crazy geometry.
And I guess if you start with taking on c6, then black doesn't have to take on a4. You can go with c4 maybe.
But do you think Hans is gonna find it? That's too what? He played it.
Played it. But he went rook b5 though. Wait,
Oh my
he's
God.
playing so fast. Like, what is happening?
What is this?
But he played rook b5 instantly though. Wait. So apparently here. So taking the pawn is not correct. So I guess maybe he goes e4 or something else. Yeah. No e4. Oh no, rook takes c3 is a threat. Okay. But I guess he plays like king d5 maybe or some other move. I guess king d5 was stronger.
Yeah, but it's very difficult not to take on a4.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's really.
But he goes rook b5 instantly. So okay, most logical move, I guess.
Anymore. No, because just now, what happens? Like knight c5, then a4.
Yeah. But knight c5, maybe rook g3.
Knight c5 is not move.
Maybe he wants rook g3.
This is a crazy endgame. This is a crazy endgame. Maybe you could start with rook c5.
Rook c5, right?
And he played it, right?
Yes, it's played. Rook b7 instantly again. Wow. So Hans are really just trying to get him low on time and make him get nervous. But no, but here you have to spend time because here it's already getting so complicated, right? Like you're on the verge of losing, and it's like you need to find counterplay now. Like I guess it's possible Hans thought he's already lost and his only chance is to try to play fast, but he did have this defense. Kind of a miracle that Black doesn't have an easy way of improving the position here.
This is actually a draw. It's crazy.
So it's like king d6 or something, right? It feels logical. I don't really know. I mean, I guess it's hard for Black to improve. 93? Rook somewhere?
Well, I thought rook e4 so that you cannot attack my rook anymore.
Yeah. Maybe it's lost anyway, but
I'm not sure about knight d3.
Yeah, maybe play something else.
Do you have a better move here?
You can check maybe. Oh no, but rook d4 doesn't really help.
How do we wait?
There isn't really a good waiting move either, though. Maybe just like rook a1 or something.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, rook a1 probably. Yeah, okay, that was stupid. I thought okay, that's really stupid. I thought maybe knight h6.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too, but I guess
after c5, let's say I go knight f7, just trying to make this counterplay with the rook a1, but that's just too slow.
Yeah, I guess the pawn. Maybe e4. I don't know, just to run the pawn.
Yeah, knight g5. I thought.
Yeah, and then maybe just knight somewhere and c3.
Yeah.
Probably too slow, but interesting try. But yeah, I guess you just wait with like rook a1 or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't blame Hans for not finding it.
Yeah. No, he probably thought he
blame
lost.
him for playing extremely fast throughout. Like, why would you have 15 minutes in this endgame? Like,
yeah, it's crazy defense, but at the same time, like you should at least try to find it, right? She just plays rook b5 because, like, if you're gonna have a moment to find the defense, it's gonna be around here. So it's definitely weird he played that fast. Yeah, rook c5, rook b7 happens, and now I guess you can probably just play knight c3 or something. Yeah. You try to run the a pawn. Seems normal.
It seems just. But why did the advantage drop? I mean,
it's possible the depth is just not high enough. Like when you play a move, maybe rook c3 also is worth considering. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, knight c3 seems very straightforward. So. Yeah, he plays it. Yeah, the valuation drops again. This was a right move.
This
Yeah, I
default
don't
mode
know.
is very tricky. Yeah, just you never know.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, it goes to higher depth like after a move is played. But when you make a move on analysis, it changes to like a weaker engine, I think, or like a lower depth. So, but yeah, but also the issue is that it feels pretty easy for black to play, right? You're just gonna push the pawns and walk the king in at some point. Like, yeah, local engine versus cloud engine, something like that. So rook a7, Hans tries, but yeah, this is not looking good. Okay, maybe you want to go for some tricky counterplay. Like if black went a4, rook b6
Yeah.
now,
Well, I
and
thought
like
B6. I thought it was rook B7. The idea.
rook b7, maybe rook b7. This makes more sense.
So
I
I'll
was
do
thinking
B7.
some kind of weird knight g8, but it's probably too much. So here's rook c7, yeah, that's probably smart. Just repeat a little bit, gain time. But yeah, the problem is it's just too easy for black, right? The king just kind of walks in. Yeah, this is not looking good. Yeah, I'm curious what was going through Hans's mind. Like, I wonder if he just thought he was completely lost anyway. He didn't know what to try. But okay, now probably King D5, right? And okay, I guess Hans could win the game if Rook C6 happens. Rook takes C3.
This is so bad. This is still good for black.
It's still a draw,
It is.
apparently. So I
Yeah.
guess King D5.
Some
I guess King
minus
D5.
still.
That loses. Wait, what?
I think you just take on A6.
I just taking A4.
I just push.
Yeah. You know he's hoping for it, but okay, yeah, King D5 happens, Knight G4. I mean, there's no like weird mating that either. The king just walks in.
I don't know. Hans just seemed to be off today. Some of his quick decisions just costed the. He just paid the price for playing extremely quickly, I think, and something was definitely off, like from the very beginning. So first of all, going back from the opening decision, I mean, I'm sure he had some ideas. Um, He just made some. I'm actually not sure if Queen D3 was his idea because right after G6, which I assume is the best move, and also even if it's not the best move, the most natural move, he started playing like A4, and then which is not good. So I'm not sure if he was freestyling or if he had a prep. Because as far as I know, CD is like the way to play. After that, he made some quick decisions. He went to this knight d4, knight takes e6. I mean, also Anish played a great game, but it was just worse out of the opening. And even Endgame, where it was very holdable, he again made very quick decisions. Like for example, going for that, allowing this knight c4, knight takes b2, I think was not a great practical decision. And after that,
Definitely.
he just played this quick f4, and he missed this rook fc8. Just yeah, he missed many things, and yeah, unfortunately for Hans, this it wasn't a good game. Yeah, but
Totally agree with you. Yeah, maybe he was just exhausted and figured like he's not seeing things too well, so he should just play fast and kind of trust his instincts. But I don't know if he was too ambitious or I think what it is he just didn't hit the sort of panic button fast enough, right? I think he didn't really sense that he was in huge trouble and needs to just find an accurate way of playing. He kind of kept playing as if his position was okay the whole time. He kept playing the most
Maybe
active
maybe
move.
he actually thought that his position is worse than like it actually was. So he thought that maybe by playing, like, he has to put pressure on the clock because the position is too bad that he has to put pressure on the clock. Like that's the only chance. But still, like, he played way too quickly in certain moments.
Definitely. Like already here in the opening, A4 is strange, right? Like it feels like you're gonna play this, you have to go for castle long and play something active, but he basically just given Nish everything that he wanted, and yeah, and it backfired. And yeah, I think where it really started to go wrong was after this whole C3 knight C4, letting black take the B pawn. I think after Rook C, he really needed to do knight D4. And
And
okay,
also,
black is definitely
that's the thing with top guys. Like, if you give them these chances, they will use it.
right.
Like people like 2600, 25 to 2600, they might not use these chances, these small chances, but these top guys, someone as good as Anish, who is a very well established top chess player, he will use it for sure. So just putting pressure on the clock is not really the way to solve the issues, I think, in classical chess.
Right. And I also think, like you said, like I think, for example, 25, 2600 could find all these moves for black up to here. But I think at a certain point when they're at a good position, they get low on time, maybe start to feel a little nervous. For example, maybe they wouldn't understand this DE5 so fast. And then they would get lower on time, start to get nervous, and then they'll start all of a sudden allowing some counterplay, right? And then he'll be
100%.
able to see.
100%.
But yeah, he
That's
was
the
able to keep his nerves the whole time. Yeah, totally agree with you. But he was able to keep his nerves the whole time and just keep finding the most accurate way over and over and over again. Especially this being patient with this Rook C6 and H6 was very, very smart. Yeah, so in the game, that G4 happened, King D4, Black's just pushing the pawn, Rook D5, A4. Yeah, there's not really much to be done.
Yeah, I think
I can't
actually
even
now.
pull up a single. Yeah, the game should be over soon. I can't even see a single trick for Hans.
Well, I see one, but like rook a4 takes rook c4,
Yeah.
but that's also. Wait, what?
Okay, but maybe this is not
Wait,
that
what?
easy. Wait, knight F2 is coming.
Yeah,
Did he
but
choke?
rook c4 is now.
This doesn't win? I guess this doesn't win
Wait,
because well, the king comes back in time.
and then g3 h4 you can stop. Wow. Okay, this is the moment. This is the moment.
Okay, maybe we spoke too soon. He took it.
He took it.
Wait,
Oh my god.
I think we might have spoken too soon. Wait, what just wait? But the funniest part is that like Anish finally was able to take some time, but Anish
Wow.
is the one who played too fast. Wait, okay, what is happening? Okay, Computer says black is still winning, which probably he is, but this is not easy at all.
So okay, you have to go king d3. Let's continue.
I need to read it.
So
Knight
knight
F2,
f2 check.
King E3, let's say. See?
94.
So does Rook D4 win here? I don't know.
Rook d4. I think it's winning, yeah.
But it's like he definitely missed something because I don't think you would ever go for this from that position.
I think it's just winning. I just don't see, like, he just pushed the pawn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too slow, right?
But it's important to find it. It's very, very important. So can
Yeah, I
Hans
guess he's probably
let's
still gonna
try-
win. But
like, wait, so let's say knight f2, king e3. Can I do something like king g3?
King G3. Ah, wait a second.
So why is it
Okay.
working? So what happens after rook d4?
Yeah, but now you check. The king can't escape.
Yeah, king d3.
F2.
I'll just keep checking like that.
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay. Okay.
Oh
That's
my
crazy
god.
to allow. That's no. Honestly, I think he just forgot about the fork, probably, right? On E3, like it's crazy to allow this. I wonder what he
I
missed. Like, let's say
think
Rook
that Anish thought that punning him. No, I don't know. I think Anish just didn't take it seriously.
No, I think Anish just thought the game was already over. He played something random. Okay, but why is Anish the one playing too fast now? That's actually pretty funny.
Like he still had like 15 minutes on his clock. He can take a minute.
Yeah,
To
but
move
we were
C4.
praising this whole time. We were praising Anish for like being,
Whole time we're
not
praising him, and
using, so not missing any chance, and what happened?
I kind of had the feeling that would happen. Like while we were going back in the game, I had this thought like, okay, the game's not over. He might throw somehow, and I was like, okay, there's no way, there's no way. And literally, as I was going back in the game, calling it over, like I had this thought. No, but King G3 is not unfindable. King G3 is very because like if you realize immediately that take Rook D4 is
No,
easy,
but
and
you
then
realize that 94 Rook D4, it's over. You realize
yeah,
that,
exactly.
and once you realize that, it's very easy to spot in G3.
Yeah, this
This
is a
is
live vision. Anisha's thinking here. He definitely realized. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he thought the pawn game. No, but yeah, I guess he could have thought the pawn game was
what's the
winning.
window? Like it's still +2. Like where's the win?
Well, it's probably +2 just because you make some random move, right? And you're up in exchange. Like it's probably like a slow win. Maybe just go back or something. You're trying to push the e pawn.
But now, do I have some knight E3? And then just Rook C5 maybe.
Five things. So.
It's
Yeah,
not.
maybe it's eventually winning still, but it's
But
not that
how? But
easy.
how? Like King G3 now. I mean, I understand. Like you're up in exchange. I get it, but it's not easy at all.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Considering the
definitely.
time and considering how tricky knights are, um,
But how? Yeah, I wonder what he missed. I don't know. Yeah, probably a lot. Probably every move here is good for black. Like what's funny is e4 is the only move that kind of walks into it also. Because like otherwise you keep two e pawns at least.
yeah,
Like e4 is
very
literally the
very,
only
very
move.
strange. I don't understand it.
Like
Very
rook
strange.
b5, rook c5, rook c4. Like it feels like
I
every
mean, he's
single
been
move is.
playing so good throughout. That's why chess is such a brutal game. Like you play so well throughout, like you show great class, and then just with one move, one even natural move, like everything falls apart. Um, yeah, that shows how brutal chess. Okay, he played this king c5 king d6, which is correct. Yeah, rookie two.
I mean the game is not over. Of course, black still has great chances, but no, this is a fight now. It's gonna be tough. So what is the plan for black? He needs to get
Kind of. I think he wants. So after e5, he's got knight of 6.
right. And then 94 and the Jupon will fall. So he has to repair that somehow. I guess he can play what? Like he can kind of move around first. Maybe start with rook c3 or something. I think he should play some quick moves here to gain some time while he figures out what to do. But I guess at some point you have to try to run the e pawn. So
So what's the yeah? But how do you do it? So let's say rook c3, I go knight f2.
rook a3.
Then 94.
94, king somewhere.
So now you're threatening rook e5. Probably some rook f2, rook e5, some knight somewhere.
Yeah, I think black probably has to play super slow. Like maybe with e6 and king e7
I
or
mean, if you
something.
get a, I mean, if you get a clean e5, you're winning. I think it's difficult to get there.
Yeah.
So what does it do? Let's see.
So you play rook c8. Okay. So he wants to go rook f8, I guess, and then e5.
Makes sense.
If you're Hans, what do you have to try to stop e5 at all costs,
Yeah.
but it's hard to
Hans also
suggest
made
that.
his moves. Probably some knight f2 he played.
And then f2, yeah. Maybe black goes rook e5 now. Don't give a check. It's not that easy.
If I'm Hans, I would go out. I would just get some coffee,
Right.
splash water on my face. Just
Gonna wake up.
get it. Yeah, exactly. Because Hans is still playing so fast, which I absolutely hate.
Yes.
I mean, he's been playing so fast throughout. He's very lucky that he got his rook a4. Now you got time. You don't have to blitz out each and every move. I mean, definitely Anish is not gonna like throw this game because of time. I mean, like Anish has many moves here.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. But there is an argument that Anish is running low on time, right? If you just keep playing fast before he comes up with a winning plan, then he might feel some pressure. So, I don't know. Because I feel like all of Hans's moves are kind of similar, right? You're just trying to stop e5 as long as you can. So maybe it just feels like, okay, like he played this fast the whole game. May as well continue the pressure. At least make him feel nervous that he missed this. But... Maybe he's a good chess player with poor social skills. Yes, I think that describes Hans pretty well. We can all agree.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, now how do you play? Do you go king g3, king g4? Or...
It's interesting. Because black still does need a few moves before pushing the pawn, right? It's not.
But the thing is that if you go king g4, then there will always be rook c4 check and king h5 will met at g4.
Right. So black can maybe give a check, right? Well, okay, actually maybe.
No, not here because g5.
Yeah. Sorry. So rook. Let's say rook.
I thought maybe something like king e6.
Just wait, yeah.
Because I'd like to put the king on g6 if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And he
the game played knight g4. So maybe yeah. No, I like your idea. So black should probably walk the king at some point, but maybe I'll just play like rook e1 or something. I don't know. Yeah, he goes rook e1. So I guess maybe Hans will just keep trying to annoy him a little bit, right? Maybe rook d2 check.
Yeah, but I don't get it now. I'm not sure about king e6 though. About king e6 though. Maybe can I go king c5? Because I want to go e5.
Yeah.
Next move. So how do you stop it?
Maybe you go knight f2. I don't know. You went to a5. Okay. So what is the idea after e5? Trying to understand. Is there one? There's rook c5. Why couldn't he play e5?
Then what's the next move? Some king g3 perhaps.
I guess.
So what's going on? Rook c5.
Thank you for the raid, Hannah. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, Hans is in a bit of trouble, but okay. The thing is, he is creating some play though, because I don't know. Like, it still takes black a lot of time to go e5. So king d4. So maybe he wants to go rook f5 next in e5, right? Something like this.
Yeah, I thought about it. Maybe rook f5 followed by a5.
still, there's always some like maybe Hans will play rook g8 or something, and then maybe rook f5 with knight h6. Some way to annoy
Yeah.
him.
But for example, let's say if you go rook a6, let's say just
Rook a6.
so do I want to go something like rook c1 and then give a check to just get your king out of this?
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
Maybe that's also an idea.
Here's knight h6. Interesting.
Isn't e5 just winning?
Yeah, I was wondering about it. e5 take and e4, right? Just push. So let's take over g8. You just keep pushing, right? Knight g4, e2, rook e8, but just rook somewhere. Rook c2. Yeah. Yeah, what is his idea? Maybe no, none of it's working.
What did he play?
Played rook f1. Okay.
I cannot explain Hans's decisions, honestly.
Yeah. He's just playing instantly pretty much.
I cannot
I
explain.
don't really know what's happening with him. Like
Because it's not a blitz now. Like you get 30 seconds increment per move.
No, because the thing is, it's not even like he's completely lost. I mean, and he's just playing random moves, right? Like he probably is losing the correct play, but if he finds the right ways to put pressure, like it's not gonna be that
And
easy
he has
for Black.
15 minutes to do that. Like trust me, like
Yeah.
I think it's possible to pose more problems. Now e5 because rook f1 even stops potential knight f5 check. What happens if e5?
It's not like Anish is some clown who's not gonna figure out how to play, right? If he still has 7 minutes on his clock, he'll find like he won't panic that easily. He'll still find the right way of playing.
Oh, no, of course he won't. He's a very professional top chess player who is. I don't think he's gonna panic. Like I mean, he's been top 10 for how many years? He's not gonna panic.
No, I liked your rook a6 move more. Yeah, just kind of trying to annoy Black as much as possible.
Because I don't think like taking g5. I don't think because once Black gets his e5 e4, just what it doesn't matter even if you take g5. I think. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of does it, yeah. Exactly. If Anish has enough time, he'll always find the best moves. If he doesn't have time, he may find the best moves. But also, yeah, the problem is that like he made Black's plan so simple, right? Because like you just want to run your king in and play d5.
For example, just going knight h6, it helps Black to play e5 easier. So he definitely didn't manage to get the best setup for white, to put the best setup for white.
I think he just didn't realize Black can sack the pawn and just run the pawn. But I don't know. It's really weird. Not really sure what he was thinking. Like, yeah, even around here, I feel like there are so many better ways of trying to hold on because, like, it feels like here Black is still pretty far away from running the pawn, and he just made it so easy for him. Yes, I'm reading chat, but chat is not exactly behaving right now, so I will not give attention.
Do you think Hans has any chances now? Or?
I'm trying to find it. I mean, maybe you can try to not take the pawn somehow, but like he can go back to g4 and play rook. He does do it, and just try to go rook e7 and try to hold on somehow. I don't know. Okay, I guess he was running rook d7 check because Black cannot block because of the fork.
So now if you go e4, you go check, king c3 is forced, maybe rook e7.
E7 back. King d3 and king e2 maybe, yeah?
Check, king e2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's hard to suggest what to do because I don't know. Maybe here Like you don't let the king in. You can kind of keep the king shouldered a bit. Just play some move like king g3. I don't know.
That is good.
Something, right?
Therefore, maybe e4 is not very accurate.
Yeah, maybe you move their f rook somehow. Okay, he does go e4.
Okay, check king g3. I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah. Just keep
Because it's
black's
not
king
obvious.
boxed out. Right.
Yeah, but what would you do as black now? So I'm right now kind of threatening knight f2 after king g3.
So he needs to get his rooks out somehow. All these forks, right? So
And
maybe
did you
rook.
play it?
He's thinking right now. Oh, he did play it. He
Yeah.
did play it. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess he needs to get his rooks out of this sort of forks. Like maybe rook back to f8 or something.
Now maybe rook e7.
Rook e7.
But
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
little
even
bit
the
of
rook game is winning. So now if rook e7, king d3, let's say, knight f2, rook f2. Oh, it's a draw.
I guess check. I guess you walk up.
Yeah, you just walk up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So. I guess you can go rook c4 here and then just keep playing.
Still are some questions to be answered. Come on, Hans, let's see.
All right. So he's fighting. And he's just thinking. I don't know. Somehow he's kind of like the game. He did drag out the game. Like that is something. It is impressive he did not lose by now. So I have to give him some credit. But I don't know. So what do you think? I'm
Thinking
just trying to
maybe even
understand.
something like king b2.
Really.
So I'm trying to give a check on c3. Get back your king to h2. And then slowly, let's say rook e1, then king c1, you know. I kind of like king b2.
Yeah, it's such a weird idea, but it makes sense. Like just trying to drag the king out to f2, basically. So I guess Boy will try like rook e7, maybe.
And then rook c3 check.
Check, king h2.
Rook e1.
E1.
So now if you go rook e5 on e3.
Right. He's still thinking right now, so. Yeah, very interesting way of playing. But I'm curious why the computer says +2, right? What does that mean in this position? Like,
Yeah, exactly. What does that mean? It's like either +10 or it's like a draw.
yeah, exactly. I wonder how White's. He did play your king b2, yeah. Saving time to go home 15 minutes earlier? Maybe. Exactly. Yeah, we have to remember it is 2 games per day. Like if Anish burns himself out completely in this game, he might have some trouble next game. So we do have to consider that.
So let's say we give a check. Rook d2, king c1, and then rook e2.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe he has to repeat. I don't know.
I mean, if that is the way, like, I mean, come on, like Hans, he cannot afford to play another like very quick move.
Unless it's rook d2.
Yeah, unless it's rook d2.
But yeah, we don't want to see his Hans just play like a random move super fast, like rook b7 or whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
he played it. Okay. He played it.
There we go. I think he has to drop back to c3.
You know, rook c2 will be a funny way for the game to end. Hans can dream. But yeah, so you just repeat, okay. So what should be the plan for black then? Maybe you just play some winning move, like rook a1, get out of all the forks and stuff.
If I was Hans, I would have played rook d7 instead of rook d8.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking that maybe he didn't realize his rook started on d7 and not d8. I think he forgot. Just in case Anish three folds, but I need to play it quickly without thinking.
So what do you play if you're Anish?
Yeah, because the thing is, rook, you have to watch out for rook e8 all the time. So that's the issue. Wait, he goes back. What? What is the point?
What the hell? If he had just played...
If he played rook d7...
d7.
Oh, he wants to go to c1.
What?
Wait. So
Does that win? Where's the win? Where's the win?
Rook f... Wait, rook f4 he wants, maybe?
Yeah, but that's so sus. I don't know.
Wait. Why would you trap your own king? Wait.
But then you almost always have something like even knight e3 to... Because after knight e3, like, what do you do?
Wait, why is he on king c1?
So is it rook e2, rook f4? Is that the idea? Is that the idea? Wow, that's really weird.
But okay, let's say knight 93 probably, right?
Yeah, knight e3. So how do you play? So because rook c3, I thought I'll just go king h2.
Just go back, yeah?
No, but no, you don't. Rook e3. Is it
how is this still a draw?
This rook a3 and then check from the side.
Oh, I see.
Wow, that's crazy.
a2 though.
Are you serious?
Instantly. But I don't understand why that's losing though. But I don't understand how he's playing instantly either. Wait, but not checking king d1 maybe or something, right?
Yeah, checking d1.
But why is he playing instantly?
Yeah, but that's really... I'm sorry.
What is wrong with Hans? What is wrong with him?
This is crazy. Like, he's got many chances in this game.
Yeah, like, okay, I understand you're trying to play fast, make him mess up, and then you're trying to find a chance, but he's playing fast, and when he has a chance, he's still playing fast. Like, what is blood smoking?
Yeah.
As we like to say. What is blood smoking?
Oh my god. I thought he was gonna find it. Like rook e2.
I thought at least
like I'm saying, like I don't see engine here. I thought that was the most natural way. You go rook e2, then you go knight e3. The king is stuck.
Like you're attacking the pawn. Black has
attacking the pawn. You have
this
to
walks into a fork. So rook f4 is like the only move.
And then
how is black going to improve here? Like I do not see it at all. Because you move the rooks around, and the
you're stuck.
And the king is trapped. There's no way to improve, right? Like if the rook goes back or something, then you can go knight, I don't know, d5 or g4 or whatever. And the rooks are going to be passive forever. And now already there's like some knight f6. Like, but it was so natural too.
I don't think it was difficult. I don't think it was difficult at all.
Not at all.
But then you have 15 minutes on the clock. Like that is just bizarre. I don't know. I don't know why he does it.
What's interesting is king d1 wasn't even the only move. Like rook f4 also wins because how do you stop the e-pawn now? King d1
no, now it's over. Now it's just resign. E3.
Like check king d2 and then rook c2 and d3
if you can't stop e3, then like
maybe you have to give a check on a1. Something like this. I don't know. Okay, wait. A minimum black can just like kind of walk out to d3 also.
Yeah. Nah. Now I'm extremely pessimistic now because
I don't understand what's going
through
through
his head. How many chances do you expect to get in this endgame? You don't expect to get like 5 chances. When you only get 1, you have to use it. And the thing is that people usually like the reason that they miss such chances, like when you're in defensive side, is because they don't have time, right? You have time. So
No, and Rookie 2 is so. I mean, you're attacking a pawn. Like, you're doing the same thing, except you're gaining a tempo.
No, but the thing is that I'm sure, like, no, because Hans is usually good at spotting this stuff. Like, I know him very well. He's good at spotting these things. But it's just something is off. Like, I'm sure something's off.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
he didn't perform at his level today.
Is he suffering from blitz brain? Maybe. I know he has 50 minutes too. Like, it's crazy. No, I mean, if he didn't find that, then I don't know. It's hard to imagine how we'll say this. Also, by the way, probably as simple as Rook C2,
And then
now
Rook
you
G4,
get
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's just percent.
Just ends the game.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So his strategy kind of did work in a way. Like he did get some chances.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
I don't
very
know.
weird
Yeah.
because he missed so many chances. Like he shouldn't. He should have avoided all these things. You know, like long ago. Um,
It was King D3, okay.
I mean, everything's because knight f2 you can just take.
Yeah.
95 king d4. It's just resign. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Hans. Not the start that he wanted, but the thing is that in terms of the points, since he had like 3 point lead in blitz, I think every classical game counts like 3 points. They are like even right now, right?
Really? I guess so. Yeah, well, just like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you think is going on with Hans today?
Um. Well, I think yeah, two. He had like two tough matches last night, and also his match against Wesley ended quite late.
Right.
Um. So yeah, he's been. I think he was just tired, honestly, because I know Hans. When he starts playing like so fast like that, just something is off. He's a very capable player, and he usually spots these chances, these small chances. But it's just, I believe, just something was off, and uh, well, I hope he. I mean, the thing is that the second game he's black against Anish. Uh, in a couple hours, right? So it's very important not to get a point in the second
But
game.
also, but also, even here, he goes G3. Like, at least try to fight. I mean, this is just.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants this. That's what he wants. Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, still loses, but dirty, very dirty. Some cheese.
But e3, yeah.
Yeah, E3. Everything.
But wait, e3 rook a3 check.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
king
block.
d2 rook e3.
Yeah, if you move the king to rook E3. Okay, sneaky Hans, sneaky Hans. But yeah, I think it's not gonna work out too well.
I mean, I think he's gonna take it though. But
Yeah, I'm also gonna start with E3 here. Like, actually, wait, no, E3 King G. Wait, what do you have? Why is this a draw?
oh, king g2 rook c2 king f3.
Oh, King F3.
That's really cool.
It's actually really funny.
And if e2, probably rook a1.
Oh, check. No, check and rook. Oh, wait. Oh, no, rook A1, I guess. Yeah, just rook A1. Yeah, King D2, King F2. It's a draw. It's crazy stalemate tricks, but.
Do you think there is a chance that Anish? Okay. Do you think he? Okay, because it's
He
also
could go
possible the case
E3.
like
Wait, he could go E3. He could
he
go
could go
E3.
e3. He
Wait.
could go e3.
Okay.
I don't
So
think
this
so.
is check E3 and then go back and get the same position with the king. It's not like I don't know. He has 2 minutes left.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Probably not. Okay,
It's not
probably
gonna
not.
happen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We can
That
dream.
would have been insane.
Yeah. But that would have actually been hilarious. But
So check
yeah,
rook c3.
yeah, check rook c3. And then what do you try?
Yeah.
Nothing. I guess you can try rook a1. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not.
Any
It's not
other
a.
like tricks? Maybe
I didn't
e2 king
think.
g2.
Here's rook a8. But yeah, just e2 now. And, hard to suggest what to do. I mean, try to go for some stalemate tricks, right? Like, if he wants to start like checking or something, rook e8, rook d8.
I had an
Like,
idea. So
like
rook
if we
d8
imagine
check.
something like some position like this happens, right? He's trying to set up some stalemate. But yeah, let's go ahead.
So e2, rook d8, king c3, rook d1.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, it's like a little annoying, but okay, yeah, you can just go rook d2 probably. And then king d3, rook d1. Although, here, maybe something like this. If rook d1, king f2 is a draw. So I can start with king e3. But just not going to fall into that, though. Yeah, so he goes e2. Yeah, I mean, he's going to try for these tricks, but the cheese happen, I know. We have to pray for the cheese. I don't see it happening, though. You know, a funny thing I just thought of is Black can actually walk the king to g1 also. And after rook e8, rook c7 back, and mate is coming.
Wow, that's a very nice trick. Wait, I realized also something interesting. So yeah, just go with the line with king g1. Yeah, so that's a rook e8. I go. Let's say I go rook c3. Does that still win after rook e2, rook c8? Oh,
Rook
just rook
e8 now.
e8. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Some funny little tricks.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, you know what Hudson hope for is like check rook f1. If he takes and like I don't know, if it was online, he can mouse it converting to a knight or something, and then he can try. Okay, it goes to d2, but okay, also works.
Yeah, king c1.
d1.
d1, rook e8, king d1, rook d8, rook d2, rook a8.
We'll try this probably, but
Just hanging in there. Well, they just, I think, something like rook d7 is just game over.
yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any trick, but I guess not.
Yeah, king c1.
And Hans probably feels stupid now at 50 minutes on his clock still.
I don't know. So I king d1, and then rook a8. I think the cleanest, like the most obvious after rook a8 is probably rook just c1.
Yeah.
Check king c2, and then king b2.
Definitely. He's trying.
Yeah, but now rook d7 is just game over.
Waiting for queen. But
Free queen. Just
imagine
promote.
it. Just promote. It's a free queen. Imagine he just touches his pawn right now. There at d3. Pretty simple, yeah. Black will just walk the king back around and then not much happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resigns. Yep. Very sad game for Hans. I mean, he was clearly very off today. Just playing way too fast. And yeah, like we said, I think in the opening, really not smart way of playing, not the most ambitious. And Anish found some very, very nice ideas with queen a5, queen e5. And it kind of just fell apart for Hans. And again, around here, he kind of needed to play a little bit more